Hi everyone and welcome to our full-time fan reaction show. I'm here in the building with the wonderful Charlene, the beautiful Charlene.
Oh, thank you, Laurie, and big up to you as well.
on a great night.
A wonderful night.
Got to ask you, what was your immediate thoughts of the match?
Do you know what? I think it was a comfortable game for us today. Even though we only won 1-0, and 1-0 is never really a safe score line, I think we looked all right. We looked fine. I wasn't concerned at all. So to sum it up, I'll say a comfortable win.
Yep, I would agree with you on that. Just pulling up some of the stats. Whilst I'm doing that, for those of you who are wondering, I'm not James.
Happy birthday, James.
Yeah, shout out to James. It's his birthday and he's rushing off to another event. That's how popular the man is. But he will be on your screens very shortly. But yeah, so just pulling up some stats on the game, and they kind of reflect what I was watching, I must admit. We did have pretty much control of the whole game. I've got to say, though, I thought he was a bit profligate up front, meaning that we didn't really take our chances, wasted quite a few. I mean, 25 shots on goal we had.
Oh, is it 25?
25.
It does feel like we had a lot of chances, and it was a bit frustrating that we just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely.
But big up to Xhaka as well for scoring today.
Yeah, you know what? Let's start with talking about Granit Xhaka, because he's been a bit of a revelation this season. And I'm going to say this right now, that when all them man there, i.e. people like Turkish, I'm calling him out, Turkish. People like Turkish was like bare heat on Xhaka, man, saying that he weren't fit enough to wear the shirt, and one or two other derogatory statements he'd been making, not just last season, but a few seasons. I think he now would have to say, listen, man, the guy's arrived and he's doing really well. So would you echo that?
100%. And I think Turkish has even, he said on today's watch along, he was like, listen, I've given Xhaka man of the match on 3 separate occasions this season. So I think that sort of tells you how much Turkish has changed his tune and whole perception of Xhaka. But I think we've got to give a lot of credit to Mikel Arteta as well, because I feel like he's completely transformed Xhaka as a player, getting him forward. Look, Xhaka looks happy. A lot more discipline. So, and that's come from all the work and belief that's been put into him.
It's ironic now that Granit Xhaka has often, in the past, he's been the man that's instigated a lot of the stuff. Now he seems to be the peacemaker.
Cooling it down,
he's cooling the man down, talking to them, showing a lot of leadership out there, which is great to see. And I've got to say, man, that finish today, which incidentally was with his right foot.
Exactly.
That was kind of letting the others in the team know, the strikers, who I thought didn't have very good games today. He's saying, look, man, composure.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that finish with his right foot, because let's face it, he's a left-sided player, very strong with his left foot, doesn't use his right that much. So to finish like
one time as well.
One time, you know what I mean? In a game that was, like you said, Charlie, was being quite frustrating because we had so much of the ball, so many chances, and yet, for whatever reason, we just couldn't score. And he puts away a goal like that. I thought that was amazing. So shout out to Granit Xhaka. Shout out to Turkish for being man enough to admit that he may have got that wrong. So yeah, man. Who else impressed for you today?
Saka. And I'm not just trying to rhyme here, but Saka, he's just such a pleasure to watch.
Wow.
Honestly, like every single season, every single match that he plays in, he's just phenomenal.
Was you a little bit worried like I was when he went down after taking that shot?
Yes, I was like, please. That's always my biggest concern. All right, coming into a game like this, I said at the beginning of the watch along, I was happy with the starting 11. My only reservation was I perhaps would have rested Saka, just for the simple fact that he plays so many minutes. I do get concerned about him, getting hurt, getting injured and everything. So when he went down, I was thinking, please, Lord, no. The way he was holding his leg and like looking like he was in pain, but,
I could feel it like the crowd was like a collective sigh of relief when he was better. It was almost
it's like
audible groan, wasn't it? You could feel that. You could feel that, man. But yeah, I mean, listen,
crucial.
Overall,
he's absolutely crucial and fundamental to that right-hand side. And, where we are in the league and everything that we're doing in the league, we can't afford for Saka to be getting injured at all. Yeah,
absolutely. The other thing I was going to ask you was, and I don't wish to cast a downer, but I feel it has to be mentioned. I think that our strikers today were a bit off.
Yeah, they were. I mean, you could see that they were trying, they were working, but obviously there was chances that should have been put away.
Absolutely.
I'm not angry or upset, but they should have put those chances away. Gabriel Jesus, he's just an absolute baller. You know, he's a good player. I really love the way he plays, his strength. He's so good in them tight spaces as well. Man, so big credit to him. And Eddie Nketiah, I think he done really well. He looked very energetic today.
They saw plenty of the ball and they put themselves about. I was a little concerned though that the finishing was a little bit awry tonight.
Yeah.
And going forward, we're going to need these guys to step up. So I have to say, I was a little bit concerned at some of those chances that weren't taken. I mean, like I said, 25 shots on goal and only 1 goal, and that was from a midfielder. So a slight concern, but not too much of a concern, given that we won the game. And obviously by winning the game, we come very close to securing our spot through to the next round. I think we pretty much secured a spot in the top 2. I think if next week when we go to Eindhoven, if we get just a point, we will secure ourselves as winners of the group. And that means we'll have to play 2 games less, and we will avoid playing one of the Champions League dropouts. So tonight was a crucial win,
It was a massive, massive win, and obviously, you know, we're focusing on the Premier League as well, you know. So if there's less games to be played, I guess, you know, that's even more beneficial to rest our players. I know the guys talk about, you know, players wanting to play football and get all the minutes in, but at the same time, you do want to protect them, seeing as, you know, we've got a few players that's currently out injured at the minute, and we don't want that list to be rising anymore. But saying that, how are you feeling about going over to PSV ground?
Positive. I mean, listen, tonight I think it was 8 wins from 8 in the last 8 games, so the mood of the camp is good. We obviously got a difficult game coming up ahead of us on Sunday, but I am expecting us to do well in that game without wishing to be condescending or complacent or overconfident.
What, you know, when you sit in top of the league and that competing with Man City, I'm sure you could get a bit confident.
It's interesting because Southampton, who have been on a dreadful run of form of recent, they had a good win yesterday actually.
Who did they play, remind me?
They were away to Bournemouth, which is like a local derby for them. Bournemouth had been in a bit of form. Southampton actually beat them. So they're going into Sunday's game against us in fairly good nick, I would say. So.
But they're coming up against us.
Well, this is it, you see. Because actually last year in the corresponding game, they did beat us at their ground, Southampton.
What was the score on that game?
I think it was 1-0. But they did beat us. We beat them at the Emirates quite comfortably, but they beat us at their place.
But I guess last season, you know, we was a completely different team, you know.
That's
this
true.
time round, the team, for me personally, they fill me with confidence, like the way we're playing. And everything, our mental capacity, so I'm not concerned. Even though we got that lucky win on Sunday against Leeds.
Do you think that was lucky?
Yeah, of course that was lucky. Do you not think?
Yes and no.
I mean, look at the second half of that game. It was just like, oh my God, what on earth is going on?
There's 2 ways you can look at that. Is that luck or did we defend really well?
I look at it as luck.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that was my feeling after the game, like we were lucky.
I thought we were outplayed in parts of that game for sure. But I don't know. Listen, the guys out there watching this, maybe they can let us know what they feel. But sometimes it's not all about luck, you know.
Sometimes you need a little bit of luck.
You know what I mean? Yeah, well, that's true as well. But what about the defending? If it's good defending and you go down the other end and score like we did and you take your goal well, I would argue that's not necessarily luck.
Yeah, but there were moments in the game where we managed to get away with stuff because we weren't good defensively throughout the whole game. So
interesting. But anyway, back to tonight. Listen, I thought it's a job well done. We're top of the group. Like I said, we only need a point next week at PSV to secure the group in terms of winning the group, and I think we're deserved in that position. And I look forward to it. Now, what did you think of PSV?
I think we were definitely the stronger side. I think they had moments in the game where they tried to come out a bit, tried to get at us, but we managed to handle them well. You know, credit to PSV. They did give us, you know, a little bit of a battle, but nothing threatening. You know?
I'm with you on that. You know, I was slightly disappointed in PSV.
I expected a bit more from them. I mean, like from kickoff, I was thinking, I was expecting more than that.
Or maybe we just, you know,
we're too good.
We just we're just superior. You know, I mean, that happens like that. But I was a little bit underwhelmed.
Yeah,
I was expecting a bit more. I mean, there was a lot of talk going into this game about Jackpo, De Jong, one or two other guys, and so I was expecting them to just really come up. Yeah. They didn't really do that, did they?
They didn't, not at all. You know, Gakpo as well. I was expecting to see if he would have a standout performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing.
Because we've been linked with Jackpo in the past.
Yeah, exactly. I know we have, but there was nothing to make me say, "Whoa, okay, who's this player?"
Yeah, exactly.
You know. They didn't excite us like that. I think they looked quite good defensively in some moments of the game.
Yeah. I kind of felt at half-time maybe Van Nistelrooy had put his kit on and come on, because you know what I mean, they weren't really offering nothing up top.
Yeah.
You know, so listen, man, I mean, it's good times for us at the moment. Things are going well. The mood in the camp is great. We're winning games. You know what I mean? Long may it continue, you know?
Yep, exactly.
Right. The nature of this show is we like to see what some of the other guys out there, both UK and abroad, are saying about the game. You've heard what we've had to say, myself and Charlene. I know Brennan in the background there. Big up to Brennan. He's preparing our clips.
Big up the production team.
Yeah, so big up the production team in the place. Where are we with the clips, Brennan? We ready to roll? Okay, so we're going to hear from what some of the other Arsenal fans across the world think of this game tonight.
Big up to AFTV, it's JD here from Malaysia. I must say sorry guys, been bombing you guys with a lot of super chats, but thank you for the thanks as well. I must say another 1-0 win. This is our third 1-0 win. I must say we're not taking our chances properly, but we're securing the points in the bag, which is fine, but we cannot be capitulating every time, you know. We're missing such good chances, you know. We should take our shots, I would say. But overall, you know, Xhaka should deserve all the plaudits from the world. He has been done for. We have all been, you know, ridiculed him and stuff, but he has turned around. He looks like the World Cup Xhaka, and I can't wait to see what he's gonna do at the World Cup as well. But yeah, big up to everyone. On we moved against Southampton. I hope we get a better result, you know, rather than 1-0 again. Come on, you Gunners.
Good evening, Gunners. First things first. So, James, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns. And to the game. You were wondering and you were surprised how come people were calling Lokonga out, because let me tell you something. Okay, so this game shown that he is lacking absolutely almost everything. Okay, he's lacking intensity, he's lacking sharpness, he's lacking accuracy. Nothing was there. He was absolutely the poorest player today. Overall, fantastic game. Glad that we had won. Another clean sheet as well. So keep it going to the next one, Southampton. I hope we can get another 3 points. Take care, guys.
Hey, AFTV, it's Michael in Boston. Well, it looks like we're not going to have to play those 2 extra games in the Europa League. You know, I'm sick of hearing people talk about how Arsenal isn't deep enough. We've got Holding, we've got Tomiyasu, we've got Lokonga, we've got Nketiah. These are people that are not necessarily in our starting 11 that are turning in good performances against PSV, which could easily be a top half team in the Prem. Have I not here the best cards for the game to win this easy match played for a crown? And shall I now give o'er the yielded set? No, on my soul it shall never be said. Come on, you Gunners.
Yeah, 3 points in the bag. Professional job by Arsenal. 1-0. Great goal from Xhaka, you know. That kind of calmed the nerve, you know. We move to the next game, 12 points, we're top of the group. It's almost good as the job is done. Next game, all we just need is a draw, and that confirms that we win the top of the group. We move on to the next game on Sunday. Hopefully we get another 3 points to continue to extend our lead in the league. Top 4 is still the goal. You know, then again, you know, we don't want to get too carried away. We'll go game by game. Well, we could have gotten a few more goals in this game, but hey, who's complaining? We won the game. And on to the next one, you know. Kudos to you guys, the AFTV crew, Turkish, and the whole crew. Peace out.
Right then, so you've heard some of the selection of thoughts around the world. Thanks everybody for those people who contributed there. Thanks also to JT as a regular super chat to the channel. Big up yourself, bro. Now there's one guy in particular that raised a point that I was going to raise, but he went in, and so I want to hear your thoughts on it. I'll hold back mine for now. Lokonga.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem impressed whatsoever. What's your thoughts?
Do you know, first of all, as well, thank you for the birthday message to James as well.
Oh, yeah, of
bit
course.
Of singing there.
Big up, James.
But yeah, Sambi Lokonga, I think the criticism on him today is a bit harsh.
Very harsh.
I personally think he played well. You know, I think he had a good game. He looked sharp. He looked a lot more brighter than he has in previous games. So I'm just a bit baffled as to why there's so much criticism on Lokonga. I don't think he had a bad game at all.
No.
He made some good passes, you know, good movement from him. So
I'm
really
actually
surprised.
perplexed at that guy there. I mean, I'm looking at the comments, and some people have had a pop. A lot of people saying, no, he wasn't that bad. So clearly, Sambi Lokonga, there's mixed opinions. He's polarising opinion amongst the fans. But listen, I'm going to keep it 100, man. I thought he had a good game today.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Don't you think
I was like, oh, he actually looks like a new player. I actually thought he
had a good game.
Yeah, so I'm really
And I'll go as far as to say this. I don't think he's let us down in any game that he's played. People have to understand that he's a young guy. He's coming to the team. He's operating in a role that he wouldn't normally have done.
Yeah.
And that role requires certain attributes, which some of them do go against his normal attacking style of play, and he's actually done well.
Yeah, I think he's done.
So I really don't see what all the fuss is about.
Neither do I. I don't know if it's a case of, well, actually we've had a good game today. The team as a whole has performed well, and they're perhaps just looking for someone to just dig at. That's the gut feeling that I get.
Unfortunately, as fans, that does tend to happen.
Just wants someone to moan at, and unfortunately, it's Lokonga on this occasion. But
I'm a little bit disappointed in that, because I'd like somebody out there to tell me why if they felt he had a bad game, why you felt he had a bad game, because I thought he did everything pretty much okay.
Yeah, he looked really good today.
I didn't see any problem. Like I said, today, if we're going to be hypercritical, I will say that our strikers, despite the fact that they put themselves about, they ran around, they showed plenty of effort and endeavour, we have to be honest and say that they weren't very clinical today.
Yeah,
so if there's a criticism to be made, I think you have to put it there.
Yeah, that's the only criticism.
Sambi, you know? And even then, I'm not going to go in too hard. But is that, do you share that opinion?
No, 100% agree with you. You know, that is the only criticism I have, and not even in an angry way, like, oh my God, they didn't put away them chances, but it was just like, yeah, we had good chances, didn't manage to put them away. But Sambi Lokonga, you know, I think he had a good game. Yeah. And I think the criticism is very, very harsh. And
very harsh.
I think we need to remember, like you're saying, you know, he's new in the Premier League. He's a young player.
Adapted to a new role.
Exactly. And I think we more need to just get behind our players and support them in every way possible, as opposed to just being so quick and so sharp to say, oh, X, Y, and Z, giving them unnecessary criticism. Let's more
come on, guys,
cut him
a bit of slack, man. He did okay today. He wasn't a revelation, but in that role, it's, you know, what more did you really expect him to do?
Yeah, there's nothing more that I wanted from him.
He's not a creative player in the form of an Odegaard or one of those types of guys. He's in there to do a specific job, and he done that job, and he did it fine as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, if you're gonna throw criticism or shade at the team today, I think you need to look further up the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Right, okay. Some people have said on that Jesus and Eddie should have done a lot better, and I've kind of hinted at that.
Yeah, with the chances. I think with the chances that they had, there was some that, okay, it's like, you should have put that away, but fair play, we go again, the goal's coming. Yeah. But other than that, I don't think any of our strikers had a bad game either. I don't think it was a poor game from them, but yeah, they should have put away some chances. But again, yeah, nothing harsh or nothing costly from them.
Rob Holding, what did you think of his performance?
Yeah, Rob Holding, he was good.
He came in and did well.
Yeah, exactly. Came in, did his job. So I think the team as a whole did actually play well today.
Yeah, they got the job done. I can't argue with it
Just
at all.
Comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, either it was Arsenal or PSV are not that good. But the game actually was a little, I don't like to use terms like comfortable, a bit more comfortable than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, exactly.
I expected PSV to give it a real go.
Yeah, and really come out fighting.
And for whatever reason, like I said, whether it was us just imposed our superiority over them early and they just couldn't get anything going, or they're just not that good. I don't know. Maybe we'll tell next week.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget.
When we go there next week.
Yeah,
maybe,
see how they perform then. Don't forget they was in our ground today.
Yeah.
But their fans looked very jumpy and cheery. They were literally like bouncing throughout that whole first half.
PSV fans are known for that.
Yeah.
The fans are very lively.
Yeah,
and they will make it a pretty raucous atmosphere next week. I know that for a fact. Because I remember going to a PSV game at the Emirates many years ago in the Champions League, and I remember the same thing then. They made a lot of noise, and they were a decent team back then as well. I think that game ended up in a draw that particular night, and they actually put us out of the Champions League that year. So traditionally PSV are a decent side. And listen, they very well next week prove a lot of what I said today wrong. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but just based off what I saw tonight, I have to say I wasn't overly impressed. Can we look forward a little bit to the Southampton game? That's a big game, man. We need to maintain our superiority at the top of the table. We'll be looking for 3 points. As I said earlier, Southampton had a good win during the week. They beat Bournemouth, which is that's like a derby game. They're very close to each other. Like I said, Bournemouth, up until yesterday, were riding the crest of some good form. They got new manager Gary McNeil. They'd sacked their previous manager, and he'd come in and he'd done a good job. Now they were expected to beat Southampton yesterday. Southampton going through a pretty rough time, but Southampton beat them on their ground, and they're at home for the game against us. What are you expecting, Charlie?
I'm expecting 3 points for us. You knew that was coming, didn't you?
I did.
Listen, like I always say, we don't ever want to take any team lightly, but with the way we're playing, the form we're on, I can't really see us losing that game against Southampton. Yeah, they might have beat Bournemouth, but we ain't no Bournemouth, we're Arsenal Football Club. No disrespect to Bournemouth, but we're Arsenal Football Club, and we are fighting for something big this year. Big, we're fighting for the league title this year. So we're going Southampton and we're beating them.
So what do you think on that, like the Premier League? Do you think we're realistically title contenders, or are you one of those people that think that, we're up for second, third or fourth? Do you think we can
We're title contenders.
Yeah, I'm with you
providing
on that,
we're able to keep our squad as fit as we possibly can, we're title contenders.
Yeah.
We're getting the jobs done. We're up there competing. Obviously, people say, the big test is when you come against the big sides. All right, Tottenham, we've come against them, we've beat them. Liverpool, we've come against them, we've beat them. So
I see you missed out Man United.
Yeah, because we didn't beat them.
Exactly.
But to be fair, we didn't beat Man United. That's the only game we've lost so far this season. But we did put out a good performance. We did have that fighting mentality. And it's just a bit unfortunate we didn't get the win there. But other than that, we've won all our other games. We've won all of our Europa League games so far. So, why can't we say we're title contenders?
Yeah, why not?
Why are we holding back on that? We're sitting top of the table, competing with Man City. We're 10 games into the season now. We've won all of our Europa League games. Why can't we say we're title contenders?
No, I'm with you on that, man. I'm absolutely with you on that. I think, listen, the form we're in at the moment, there's a lot to be said for momentum. Like you said, Charlie, in 10 games played, 27 points. City, we're in second place, we're on 23. That means we're 4 points clear. In fact, we could even afford to drop a point.
Exactly,
or two,
but we don't want to do that.
Of course. But, if we keep winning, and we keep putting the pressure on City.
100%, and that's what we want to be doing.
That's what we want to be doing, man.
Every game we want to be going out there for a win.
Absolutely.
So, and Southampton's one of them teams. Yeah, we got to go and beat them.
I mean, let's be honest. Without wishing to sound condescending or overconfident or complacent or any of those adjectives, the facts are is that we're well above Southampton in the table, and we should be favoured to win. And if we go out there and play to our best, then we should win.
Yeah, and I think
is that fair?
100%. And we just have to go out there with that mentality of, yes, it's Southampton. We shouldn't really go with, they're bottom of the table, we're gonna turn them over, whatever. We got to go out there and play our game, start on the front foot as we have been starting, high energy, and just, pile the pressure on and get that win.
I think crucial to our title chances, I'll be interested to hear what you've got to say on this, is what we do in the January transfer window. I think that we do need to strengthen the squad because, again, we've spoken about people like Samuel Lokonga and one or two others. They're young guys. They're occupying a role which has not been their first choice role, if we're being clear. So we need to bring in a few guys. But even bringing people in, they've got to be of a standard, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly.
They've got to be either as good, if not better than what we've got at the moment. You can't just bring in guys for the sake of it. Is there anyone out there that you've seen that you think will be a good acquisition for us in January?
Not right now, not at this moment in time, unless it's Haaland. I've been eyeing up Haaland for how long?
No, but that's unrealistic.
It is unrealistic, but a girl can dream.
That midfield situation.
Well, El Neni should be back from injury, shouldn't he? When is he due back? I'm sure he's due back in the coming weeks.
I think
for the World Cup.
I mean, I don't think a certain time has been slated for his comeback. But I was thinking more in terms of before we were being linked with Douglas Luiz, who we since know now signed a new contract at Villa. And Tielemans. Would you like Tielemans to come?
I said in the last transfer window I wouldn't mind getting Tielemans in. But at this precise moment in time, I think I'm just a bit open-minded, just see who else is out there. I know the boys were saying on the watch-alongs where we was linked to Billin from Bournemouth as well. Another player there.
I think he's from Norway as well, isn't he? I think he's from Norway,
I'm not even sure.
So you might know Odegaard. Odegaard might come check
well,
it out.
Odegaard also knows Haaland, but Haaland went Man City.
That's true.
But at this moment in time, I think I'm just going to wait to see where we're at, after the World Cup.
I do like Billings, though.
I like him as well.
Plays for Bournemouth, having a good season. Just before you go any further, got a super chat here from Limbo. He says 13, 14 games, 10 consecutive home games won so far, so he's clearly very impressed. Like I said, I think that the January transfer window is crucial. If Arsenal are to make a serious challenge for the Premier League title and indeed the Europa League, we need to strengthen in January. But I do accept that it's not going to be easy. I said before that it's not just a case of bringing in players. They've got to be of a certain standard. They've also got to be of a certain character. Because it's all right bringing in a guy because he's a good player, but he's got to have the right character and temperament to fit in with what we're seeing now.
100%.
A young, hungry team that work hard for each other and respect the manager. So all those things have got to be in place.
Fundamentally.
So it's going to be difficult because let's face it, all the other clubs are in the run-ins for the same types of players, But the fact that we're doing well and the vibe is good, that will help to attract players. So so it could be that, and don't get me wrong, I would have taken either Luiz or Tielemans. In fact, I actually edged toward Tielemans.
I think a lot of the fan base were very much drawn to the Tielemans deal.
I mean, he's a Belgian international. Okay, he's not having the best season for Leicester at the moment, but he's a proven quality player in the Premiership. International player, plays for one of the top international sides. His quality is unquestioned, really. Some people had said he's kind of tailed off a little bit, and his attitude wasn't 100% right. But listen, Leicester are going for a poor time.
I was just about to say that.
I mean, if he comes to us, I'm sure it'll be a totally different vibe. But he's one that I'm looking at thinking, if we can get him in through the door in midfield, I think that's a valuable acquisition.
I think as well, just going back to what you said about him tailing off, when you look at Leicester City, they've lost, some key players, Fofana, Schmeichel. The vibe there does not seem good at all. Look at where they're sitting. Exactly. Look at the run that they're on as well. So, in January, I wouldn't be surprised if players want out. So, Tielemans could actually be a possibility.
Couple of comments there saying that Tielemans is not what we're looking for, but
tell us what you are looking for.
No, but he makes a decent point there in saying that, because Tielemans has tailed off. However, I would argue it's because of the circumstances in which he finds himself right now. I think you'll find that if he comes to Arsenal, he'll be a very different player. I mean, we spoke about Xhaka and the improvement he's made.
Exactly.
So sometimes the environment and the form around you and all that plays a big part.
And who you're managed by as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Right, I do stand corrected because I said Billing was from Norway. He's actually from Denmark.
Okay.
So I stand corrected.
You was close.
I was close. At least he's Scandinavian, you know what I mean? So, yeah. A couple of people there, James Maddison. I mean, if we could get him.
I don't
think we'll get Maddison now, though. He seems ensconced at Leicester.
Yeah.
We've actually got some Nicholas Barella, Declan Rice. I don't think West Ham are going to sell Declan Rice.
Oh no, that's their main man.
Osman Ali says, I'm disappointed with Laurie. He goes from pessimistic to deluded. We're not in a title race in early October. Now listen,
I'm influencing Laurie.
No, but you know what it is, right? I don't think I've ever been pessimistic at all. I like to judge situations on what I see. I give my honest assessment. And what I'm seeing now is positivity. And I'm saying, listen, we should ride that positivity all the way through, because it's like a lot of things in life. You aim high, you don't quite get what you aim for, you're still going to do quite well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So where we are at the moment, we're top of the league, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Say it again, Laurie.
Top of the league by 4 points. It's not like we're top of the league on goal difference.
Exactly.
We're top of the league by 4 points. Everybody's always saying to people like me, yeah, the league doesn't lie. The league table doesn't lie. Well, listen, if we're 4 points clear, right, regardless of whether it's in October, we've gone 10 games straight winning or whatever it is. Why can't you feel optimistic? If you're not going to feel optimistic now,
then when will you?
Yeah, so come on now, bro. You know what I mean?
I just don't get why fans are like, oh, let's not get excited. Why don't we get excited? We're sitting top of the league. Even when we win a game, oh, just calm down. Yeah. Why am I calm? We've just won.
Exactly. You feed off that excitement going, that's what you do. You ride that wave, bro.
Exactly.
You enjoy the moment. You feed off that. You speak things into existence. That's what you do.
Manifestation is what it's called.
Tell him again.
Manifestation.
Exactly. With a capital M. That's what you do, bro. In sports, that is what you do. And if you do happen to have a bad performance here and there, by the same token, you don't let it get the better of you. You accept it for what it is and you go again.
And you move on, exactly.
And you move on, man. So, right, okay. Got a super chat here from Diallo. He says, Philip Billing is an Igbo man from Nigeria. Now listen, I don't know.
Is he half Nigerian?
He could well be, bro. I don't really want to get into that too much. I was told he's listed from Denmark, so it could be that he's got a parent that's Nigerian, but it could also be that he's opted to play football for Denmark.
Yeah.
So
check his Wikipedia and come back to us.
At the end of the day, it really don't matter too much, does it? Exactly. Right, another super chat here from Sek. He says, Danielo and Murdrick we need to get, and happy birthday, James. Thanks for the shout out there.
Thanks for the birthday messages as well.
Yeah.
We'll let James know that they come flooding in.
We will. We've got some clips I'm being told by our production staff, so why don't we hear what a couple of the other Arsenal fans around the world have got to say about the game tonight.
Hello, folks. This is Mike, King of Texas. Great win by us again today. I am so overjoyed. Let's just gradually, slowly keep doing what we're doing. And, who knows? I see us doing great things this season. For once, it is great to be an Arsenal fan again. AFTV, big up you guys for all you guys are doing, giving us this platform to express, our support, our love, and sometimes our frustrations, for the team that we all love. It's a great day again, and I look forward to us doing great things this Sunday. Peace out.
Hi, you Gunners. Good win, comfortable win in the end. Never really in doubt. A couple of moments from them, but we kept their danger men very quiet, and we pegged them back in their own half. And unlucky not to score more today, but it's nice after the last two games where we were perhaps fortunate, or where we perhaps had to grind a result out. Where with this one, we dominated possession, we dominated the chances. Great to see Granit get another goal. I'm loving his redemption arc. I'm loving his season so far. And some great individual performances, I thought. Tomiyasu, solid again. I'd like to see him play at centre-half going forwards at some point. See him, he is very two-footed. We know Arteta likes that left-footed. Defender on the left side of defence, I actually still back Gabriel fully. So I don't think it's something we need to pull the trigger on, but I wouldn't be surprised. Tomiyasu has to be in his team, I think, going forwards as much as possible, and you can't drop Ben White. So it'd be interesting to see how Arteta rotates the squad and how we can accommodate our top performing players, and Tommy's definitely one of those at the moment. I thought, there was big differences when Martinelli and Partey came on. Clearly, those are the two positions where I think we don't quite have the strength in depth. We know that Sambi's not a defensive midfielder. He's doing a solid enough job there, but you could see as soon as Thomas come on, he was threading balls, he was being proactive. And the way that we play and we build from the back is really important. So, listen, it's a great result. Job done, really. We can really rotate the squad in the last two games. And it's another win. So, great result. Bring on the next one. Come on, you Gunners.
1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0. What's going on, AFTV? D in the air, 1-0 to the Arsenal versus PSV. That's what? 3 1-0 wins in a row. It's not bad. Bodo last week, Leeds on the weekend, and today, top of the league, top of the Premier League, top of the league, top of the Europa League. Don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, happy. 8 wins in a row since the United defeat. That's not a bad return. Xhaka, happy for Xhaka. Just very, very happy for Xhaka. We all know it's Xhaka's story. I'm happy that he's scoring goals now. I'm happy that he's playing football, playing well, playing his football he wants to play. It's just good vibes right now. And looking forward to the weekend in Southampton, right? Let's get another win. Why not? Come on, you Gunners.
Okay, so a little snapshot there of fans across the world, what they think of Arsenal's performance tonight. It's kind of in keeping with what myself and Charlene were saying, actually, which is that at the end of the day, the result is all important. It was a job done successfully. It looks very much that we're going to make it through to the next round without playing those 2 extra games. It's very likely that we'll go on and top the group, which means it's very significant because it means that it's very likely we will avoid one of the Champions League dropouts. So that's great news all the way around. So this is the part of the show where we're summing up. So if I asked you, Charlene, to sum up in a few words what you think of both the performance tonight and what it means going forward, what are you going to tell the people?
I think the performance, was a good performance from us. Like we were saying, there were a lot of chances we had, as you said, 25 shots, and we only managed to convert one of them to a goal. So I'll say we just need to be a bit more clinical. That's just my only criticism. But other than that, I think the team played very well. There's a good team spirit and good atmosphere around the club and with the fans also. And I think so far the team's been filling us with so much confidence. So just keep doing what you're doing, boys, and just try and convert them chances into goals.
You know what? That is so well said. No, I'm not. No cap. That is so well said. You pretty much nailed it there. In terms of looking forward for Sunday, I gather you're confident.
Yeah, I'm confident coming up against Southampton. Ralph Hasenhüttl. He's a very passionate man. He's going to want to try and put out a good performance against us. But we know who we are. We're Arsenal Football Club. We just got to go out there with our strong 11, our strong bench, and we just got to go as if we're going to war. We got to remember we're sitting top of the table. We're title contenders. Let's go out there and put out a title contender fighting type of performance. That's all I ask of the team.
Charlene has nailed it there. Can't disagree with anything she says there. She's hit the nail on the head, mate. Listen, it's a very good night, and we've had a number of those recently. And
which is good.
Come this weekend, we'll be looking to maintain that level of progress. I think we can do it. Charlene certainly thinks we can do it.
Confident.
And we roll on confidently and let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Charlene, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much as well,
It's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah,
you know your thing. You've articulated it well. The people in the comment. We did have a super chat earlier, actually. Let me just see if we can bring that back up.
Well, while you find that, I just want to say thank you to everyone as well for sending in all your clips and for sending in your messages and for being very much a big part of this show as well. There was a fan there as well that showed his appreciation for AFTV, for giving all of the fans worldwide a platform to talk, voice their opinions,
Shout out to Lee
positive,
Judges
negative as well. Lee, who's looking very happy right now, dancing as he goes down the stairs. Woo! Double whammy.
Top of 2 leagues. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I've just found a super chat here, Sean,
okay,
actually.
yeah, but thank you so much, guys.
He says that Douglas Luiz just headbutted Mitrovic. He's been given a red card.
Really?
Yeah. So last time I looked up, Villa were losing. They're losing 2-0. So I want to ask you, Charlene, there's a lot of speculation before this game that if Aston Villa lost, that could be the end for Steven Gerrard. Now, what do you think, man? I mean, it's not looking good for him, is it?
I know, and it's never good when you hear managers getting sacked, and I feel like it's just so cutthroat, it's just so brutal.
It is.
You know, sometimes the decisions of sacking managers is like, huh? Like, unbelievable. Like, really? Just, you know, on the back end of a couple losses. I feel like Steven Gerrard is, you know, sort of riding the wave at the minute.
It's not looking good for him, man.
It's not looking good, but, you know, I don't really like hearing managers getting sacked. But, you know, at the end of the day, each football club have to do what is best for the club, what they think is best for the team. And if the manager that they've got ain't able to deliver what is they're required to, then that's their decision. But yeah, it's not looking great at all for Stevie Gerrard.
And what that shows is just the contrast in fortunes of when you're just going through a bad run. I mean, Arsenal at the moment, things are going very well. It's very rosy in the garden, as opposed to Villa, where at the moment they can't buy a win. They're getting players sent off. They're losing games. The atmosphere in the camp is not great. It's not good at all. But, you know, as we said, that is Villa. We are Arsenal. It's totally different. Thanks to you guys.
Just reflecting that back, though, you know, as we speak about managers, Mikel Arteta, it just goes to show how much faith has been put into him, because there was a period of time where he was getting a lot of stick, a lot of fans calling for him to come out, and the club stood by him and said, nope, we're keeping him, renewing his contract, you know, through the thick of all of everything that was happening. So, yeah, big credit to Mikel Arteta and the team for backing him, and also being patient, because I think Arteta is a prime definition of, you know, just being patient and giving a manager time to really implement what it is that they want to do. Yeah. And he's showing what he's capable of doing. Yeah, yeah. So big credit to Arteta.
Well said, Charlene, and well said to you guys that sent in the clips. And thanks to everybody watching. Keep supporting, keep liking, sharing, subscribing, sharing the videos, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks very much, guys.
Bye.